we're in the Capitol Hill neighborhood of Denver. This is one of the oldest neighborhoods in the city and once was the richest. One notable resident was Molly Brown. Many of you know her as the unsinkable Molly Brown because she survived the Titanic. But she was so much more than that. And today we get to tour her home and we're gonna meet with Mike Erickson of Historic Denver, and he's gonna teach us so much more about her. I'm Holly Jarris with Denver Luxury Real Estate, and this is The American Dream, Selling Denver. Let's go check it out. Hi, Mike.
Hello
Thanks so
there.
much for meeting with me.
Yeah,
It's so great
thanks
to
for
see
being
you.
here.
Wow, Mike, that foyer is just amazing. Is that original to the house?
Yes, actually. You know, I love that room because it's actually the second most original room in this whole house, secondary to the bathroom.
Really? The bathroom?
Yeah. So the original tiles upstairs, but this entryway here is so significant for Margaret and J.J. Brown because it's probably the only room that you might see if you came to visit the Browns.
What years did they live here?
They lived here between 1894, and Margaret would own this house until her death in 1932.
Wow. And now, did they build the house or did they buy it?
They actually purchased it when it was 5 years old and then made significant changes to the front, like you saw with the lions and the sphinxes out there as well.
Oh, wow, that's so cool. I'm surprised they didn't build a home for themselves back then. Is there a reason that they loved this house?
You know, I think that they loved this house because it was one of William Lang's kind of very modern homes. He was the architect that built this with plumbing and electricity as an already made fixture in the home.
This is amazing. Are these original?
Now, what's inside them, of course, there's only a portion that's original to Margaret Brown, but the floor-to-ceiling bookshelf that you see behind me is original to Margaret, as education was so huge to her. You know, she was educated herself until about 13 years old, which was huge for her Irish immigrant background, but she'd eventually hire tutors to get an adult education. I would describe her as a lifelong learner, and eventually she'd go to the Carnegie Institute herself.
And you're calling her Margaret. Now,
Yeah.
can you explain that? Because we know her as Molly.
So Margaret Tobin Brown would be her full name. So much happened after she passed away in 1932. Surviving the Titanic, of course, gave her worldwide fame, and people loved to write about her. The name Molly apparently became easier to rhyme in a musical called The Unsinkable Molly Brown. This photo right here is actually Margaret and JJ in Leadville, Colorado, where they came before they moved here with their son and daughter, Lawrence and Helen.
Wow, is that where they struck gold?
Yeah, so J.J. Brown was a self-taught engineer and geologist that would have discovered lots of gold in the Little Johnny mine.
And this picture of Margaret.
Yeah, I love this photo because it really does show Margaret's idea of what equality meant for especially women. This is her campaign photo when she actually ran for Senate in 1914.
She ran for Senate in 1914.
She did.
And the 19th Amendment happened when?
1920. You know, what happened in 1893 Colorado is the men, by popular vote, voted for equal voting rights.
So Molly Brown was really a suffragist.
Yeah, she would definitely be a suffragist by label, of course, and she would definitely move towards equal rights in all senses. Today, we're lucky that we have about 10 to 15% of her original items that have been obtained by descendants of the family, obtained by descendants of the servants that lived and worked here, as well as even the renters. And the wallpaper that you see covered in gold that Margaret did put up, it's actually anaglypta that's been plastered on, so it's almost part of the wall itself. It's a pretty permanent fixture.
So this was Margaret's bedroom.
Yes.
Wow, the wallpaper's amazing. I'm assuming that's not original.
Not original to Margaret's time, but after a lot of studies, including photographs from 1910, she did have this damask wallpaper on in what we believe is her favorite color.
Mike, thank you so much for this amazing tour. I've learned so much, and the house is beautiful.
Isn't it? Thank you for being here today.
Yes, oh, it's great. Thanks for joining me on this episode of The American Dream, Selling Denver. I'm Holly Jarris with Denver Luxury Real Estate.